Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, and we're here to do a general collective reading. Hopefully you're having a beautiful weekend. I'm having an okay time. I just want to say thank you so very much. I was very, I don't know, what's the word? I can't find the word. It brought me to tears anyways, all the love you guys send me, the kind messages. You guys are wonderful. You really are. You know how to get a girl. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so very much. I love you guys so very much. Anyhow, you know you can switch the genders and the roles throughout the read as you need to. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment. These are not personal readings, okay? Not every read's going to be for you. Please, please, please sit a while. If you think this is your read, sit a while. Think about it. Consult your own spirit team. Consult the divine. You might need to get a personal reading to verify from a reputable reader that does personals. I don't do personals, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I can't. I have to preserve my energy, protect myself. Constant attacks, you know what I'm saying, right? Evil people ruin it for good people. But what can I say? It is what it is. Eventually, I was thinking about it. Eventually, I might do so. But I will let you guys know for sure. Okay, give you plenty of time, plenty of notice. Let's see where we're going to go with this read. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of back and forth. I don't know if people are arguing. There's fear. I feel fear out there. There's illness and fear. So let's see if this has anything to do with this read. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors of the white light. What's the message? Perfection, overarching energy. Now remember, this could be past, present, future. It could also be it could be your read, but it could also have, this reading could pertain to people that you know in and around yourself. Bohemian. So I'm picking up, you love your lifestyle. Bohemian to me means a different lifestyle, alternative. Not afraid to be who you are. Not afraid to be who you are. Authentic. Imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect, whichever way you want to look at it. You don't have to put on airs. You don't have to follow the status quo. You don't have to be like everybody else, a cookie cutter. You're wholesome. There you go. But people, for some reason, maybe you feel invisible or they're trying to hide you. Somebody's trying to hide you. Your wholesomeness. I'm picking up, if this is your reading, people in your past never took the time to get to know you. Or maybe you're just finding out who you are, what you like. I know a lot of people like that. They don't know who they are. Unfortunately, somebody very close to me once said to me, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I belong. I don't know what styles I like in clothing or furnishings. They don't know. That proved to me, that said to me that they never took the time to get to know themselves. They didn't sit still with themselves. You know what I mean? Try different things. This person's very afraid of trying new things, by the way. If you introduce anything new to them, I don't like it. No, I don't want it. No. You know what I mean? They're not even willing to try. They're their own worst enemy. Something to do with home, invisible home. You could be living with people and they treat you as if you're invisible. Their perception's off, that's for sure. It could have something to do with an actual home. Maybe somebody's trying to hide a home from you or hide the fact that they bought a home or sold a home. Perception. You're very creative. You have a creative way of maybe the way your home is, you know? If you know what I'm saying. You could be very creative. You could be a musician. You could be an artist of any kind. Home is where the heart is. I think your home reflects your heart. Just the way that you take care of your home, your furnishings, functionality, whatever this is. Sorry, I'm just going on and on. And there's a lot here. There's a martyr here that wants to be you, or you need to be yourself, okay? Or somebody, you're not afraid to be yourself. That's how you got through life, or it's through this part of your life so far. That's your survival guide, I guess. You're being protected by your ancestors, or this is something to do with ancestry, survive. This is the here and now. Maybe you're in need to explore new things, new ways. Yeah. Innocent. Maybe people think that you're naive or gullible because you live like a child in your heart. You're not childish, don't get me wrong, okay? You're quite responsible from what I see here. You're authentic, that's for sure. But you have a childlike quality. You take glee in the simple things in life. You get excited for other people. You cry for other people. You think, I learned the hard way because I'm very much like that myself, okay? I'm childlike. I like to laugh. I like to play. I like the silly things in life. But at the same time, people look at me, or used to look at me, as if I was simple, slow. I'm quite intelligent. I mean, look at my school, my report cards, but for some reason they took it upon themselves to use that childlike quality as naive or gullible. Maybe that's what you're going through right now, or you went through. Okay, we'll just stop it there. I'm getting a lot of things right now. So, perfection. I heard Little Miss Perfect, prim and proper. So it could be a male too, but somebody thinks they're perfect. They keep posting things online. Their perfect world, their perfect life. They always want to be the first, but they're not original. They're taking this from other people, stealing people's styles, looks. I don't know. Perfection. Where are we going with this? Sorry, it's just all over the place. Bitter, angry, and petty. So somebody's feeling bitter, angry, and petty. Very, very salty. Somebody's under a great deal of tension, stressed out, migraines, and worry. They want to take the joy out of you. Don't let them. Block them. Moved on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. If you don't block them, I just heard spirit will. One way or another. It might not be so pretty. Okay? So if for some reason, whoever this is, if it's a friend, a lover, a family member, I don't purport breaking up families or marriages and stuff like this, but if this person is playing games with you, your head, behind your back, you need to block them. You need to excise them out of your life. Perfection and salty. Speeding causes accidents. Maybe this winter you're going to need some salt. Take it for whatever that is. Somebody rushed into something. Pisces. You could be a Pisces, or they are, or something happened in Pisces season. The outside looks grand, the inside's a mess. So it might have something to do with the home. I'm picking up, if anybody ever watched Desperate Housewives, I'm picking up Brie Vandekamp. You could be that type of person, or somebody else is. Very conservative and tight and straight-laced. Somebody else is more, what's the word I'm looking for? Down to earth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with either or, okay? But more loose in life, not so pretentious, not so needing to be perfect. Or maybe this is what you're going out. You're coming from this, I need to be perfect lifestyle into this bohemian lifestyle. Maybe it's a switch overnight. Somebody's feeling salty about this, though. The outside looks grand, the inside looks a mess. Okay, thank you. So somebody's going around impersonating this perfect homemaker. Mom, dad, whatever this is. I have the perfect life. Posting. They're not all they post to be. But the reality is their house is a mess. They could be stalking you, spying on you, or trying to hack into your devices. False profiles, 222. You're on path. You have a decision to make. It's a timeout. 222 is also here in Canada. I don't know about the rest of the world. It's some sort of aspirin with a little tinge of codeine in it. So maybe somebody has to lay off the 222s if they're taking them. Somebody's getting a timeout here. There's an invitation coming. Somebody's trying to distract you. Something to do with last spring, next spring, and or you're wanting to use this, or this could potentially be a springboard for you. And feelings are mutual. You might be fighting against this, or somebody's fighting along. Yeah, there's a fight here. You might be a boxer. Virgo, you could be a Virgo. Somebody else is a Virgo, or something's going to happen in Virgo season next month. 6 months. Okay, it could be the last 6 months or the next 6 months. Ooh. Somebody might get 6 months in jail. Karma's here. It might not be jail. It could be anything. A balancing of the scales. Somebody's a liar. Yeah. Somebody wanted to level up off of you. Or your money is going to be, you're going to be gaining in money. Join us. Somebody wants to make you an offer. You're on the rise. Somebody wants you to join them. This is somebody that will not change ever. That's been coming out a lot lately. Jackasses. Not maybe this card, but from different decks. They will never change, ever. They're nothing but a jackass. 2 weeks from now, something's going to happen. Replace your fear with faith. It's time to set new goals. Doesn't want commitment. Missed opportunity. You could be an Aquarius, they are, or something happened in Aquarius season. This can go on and on. This can go different ways. Something to do with a home. Somebody's not taking care of a home. Okay. Somebody did something too quickly. Now, hypothetically, we've been talking a lot about inheritances in the last couple of years. But if somebody left you a home, somehow, some way, somebody thought this was the perfect opportunity to take it from you without your knowledge, maybe, or to steal it from you right from underneath you. They blamed your style of life. It wasn't appropriate, blah, blah, blah. But they took over this home or the maintenance of it, and they didn't take care of it. They were holding on to this home until you straightened up, or they had to reassess the situation or under review if this is a power of attorney. And they didn't take care of it. The property, the home, whatever this is, the business, could be a business. They just take it for whatever it is. Now they're feeling salty. Well, don't make promises. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't defraud. And don't make false promises you know you can't keep. Yeah, somebody's toxic. They're feeling salty because I think all their toxicity is being seen by everybody. Caution. Stay in their lane. Somebody might be coming towards you. They could be traveling towards you or trying to leave. Somebody's got made some bad choices. Somebody's trying to run away. Exactly. They're trying to leave. Burning or deleting evidence. Maybe they're going to try to burn the home or the business, whatever this is. It's arson, whatever it is. Something could be burning. Something else. Promiscuous. Or they claimed you were. Lipstick stains. Total drama. Knowing they effed up. They were keeping you a secret or keeping secrets from you. Now they need to set the record straight. Sorry, it's all over the place. I don't know why. I don't normally have this amount of trouble trying to hone in on what's going on here, but it is what it is. Spirit, what's the message here, please? Help me understand where we're going, please. So it's going to work out perfectly for you. Everything's falling into place, and they're feeling salty. Somebody could be getting into a car accident. They hit the road. Could be kind of wet. It looks like wet, slippery. A Pisces, you or them, or it happened in Pisces season. They're getting some sort of karma because of their toxicity. They're under a lot of tension. Living a bohemian lifestyle, you or them. You can take it for whatever it is. Okay, it's all over the place. I'm sorry, a card inverted here, but I can't find it. What's the message, please, Spirit? Thank you. Somebody wants to come back, or they have to give it back to you. They have to return it. But somebody's kind of emotionally invested, and they don't want to move on. This is a poor investment for sure. This was a losing proposition. They must have known this, sensed it. They didn't even want to think about it, I think. They're going to jail, or they're stuck or trapped. 8 of Swords, that's the overarching energy. Too many obstacles to overcome. They're bound to something now. whether it's a contract or the act of fraud. They can't get out of it. Yeah, this is fraud. I can't make this up. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. They're hurting for money. This was unfair, unbalanced. They can balance this out. They have no more money. Might be going towards bankruptcy, or they're trying to make you look unstable. Trying to hold you back or something, right? Gathering some information. They need to make a payment. Starting something new. Taking a practical approach. Divination. Could be somebody younger than you. Doesn't have to be. Gathering some information. This is a power of attorney or power and control. They try to devalue you and disempower you, take your voice away and your rights away, male or female. This is very chaotic and toxic energy. They got paid to say that. Maybe you were toxic and chaotic and promiscuous, possibly. Not very wholesome. They're finding out this person's not very wholesome. Male or female, doesn't matter. Maybe you're the type, whoever this is in your life, whether you, obviously you know them, or maybe not, I don't know. But if you do know them, you made a lot of sacrifices for this person in the past. And they just kept taking. Yeah, this was an injustice. This was a crime. Maybe they claim that you're into crime. I don't know. In a court of law. This could be somebody you were married to at one point. Or married. Maybe you're still married. I don't know. But this is this could be the divine stepping in. This could be an institution like a court, or an institution that oversees these things. I don't know who this is. This could be a judge, a leader of some sort, spiritual leader. There's a contract here. Somebody could be transitioning, or somebody's divine. I don't know. There's a change here. Transitioning. Something's transitioning. It could be somebody that transitioned, that you were married to at one point, that left you something. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, boy. Knight of Wands holding you back. So something's been delayed, maybe. Somebody's combative and argumentative and thinking their shit don't stink. It's fraud for sure. It could be forgery. It could be somebody imitating you, stealing your work, your ideas, your achievements. Whatever this is, trying to hold you back. Or this is an institution holding them back. Ooh, a judgment would be against them. Lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. Bad decisions here. They misjudged you on purpose. No second chances. This is karma. They don't want to take accountability. They did this on public record. You could be out in the public eye. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. This is a backfire. They're trying to block you if you're out in the public eye in any way. This is bad news. They're trying to stop your forward motion. Or they've been stopped. If they said this on public record, or even on official papers, the clapback is humongous. They're in their they're having an emotional outburst. They're not sorry for what they've done. They wanted to make you feel rejected and abandoned. They're immature, insincere, and very childish. Maybe doing magic. No new beginnings. They don't want you having new beginnings. Trying to stop your new beginnings. They could have said that you were careless, you were childish, you don't want to grow up in life. This is a lot of gossip here. Nothing to celebrate here. There will be no reconciling. This could be a spoiled brat. Could be one of your children doing this. Grown-ups, you know what I mean? Grown-up, an adult child or children. They were spreading egregious gossip. There's a parting of ways. They're parting with a group, cult, coven, secret society, or a third party or friend group. Yeah, they got to let this go. It's getting too heavy to carry. They got to drop this. Somebody wants to unburden themselves, or you're unburdened. Maybe you left these people behind, or they're being left behind. I don't know. But this is somebody. You're not taking on their burdens at all. They can't block you. I don't know. They can't burden you. That's what it is. This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody's feeling sick and or injured, feeling ashamed of themselves. They do not want this getting out into the open. This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody's in their south node. They have no spiritual protection. They have no faith, or people are losing faith in them, or you lost faith in them. This is losing hope. Could be a sudden departure or a sudden arrival. Somebody doesn't know what to do. There's no contingency plans. They're afraid to make a decision maybe, or move forward with something. Yeah, they're being blocked. Blocked a family or a group, or by a family or a group. This could be you. You're being blocked. They scapegoated you. It's definitely not happy. They're not happy that you know your value and your worth. This is not being ignored. So somebody's not ignoring something. It could be a judge or a leader, a professional of some sort, an authority figure. This is somebody with wise counsel. Has caught on to whatever this is. I'm sorry, it's just all over the place. I had difficulty in the beginning. They were holding back from you. They were greedy and selfish, possessive, wanting power and control. They wanted to control something. They don't want to let go what doesn't belong to them. They're trying to protect themselves, but you're stable and secure, and they didn't foresee this. You had vision. You saw this, okay? Maybe they're plotting and planning. They're trying to protect themselves because they were plotting and planning this. This can't be ignored. Or maybe you foresaw somebody else leaving this realm. Maybe the past judge or leader or whoever's in charge. Because I did pick that up quite a few times in our reads. Somebody that's overseeing these proceedings was in their pocket. They were pulling strings for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they had a health episode behind the wheel and had a car accident. Now there's a dark cloud hanging over these people's heads because there's a new sheriff in town, if you know what I'm saying. This is change, ending a cycle to begin a new one. This is not going to be ignored. They see your value and your worth. There's proof and evidence with this investment, what they've been doing. They were harvesting this evidence, or this investment, pillaging little by little out of this investment without your knowledge. Or they need proof and evidence. They underestimated you for sure. They're getting ready to harvest. Maybe they took this home. I don't know, there's a lot of mind games, power plays, gaslighting. Now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another because they don't want smoke with the courts, with God. They don't want to be challenged on it, and they will be. They know they will be. They don't want the conflict. You walked away with your head held high. You didn't engage. You let it go. There's no drama in your life, and they're not happy. They were doing stuff in the dark. No truth or clarity, no trust. So they're fighting amongst each other. There's lack of trust here. Somebody could be sick as well, but not happy. Somebody's assessed a situation. They see it clearly for what it is. This is good news for you. There's going to be some communication. They wanted to keep you in the dark, but you took a different route. You knew you'd wind up where you were supposed to wind up, but you didn't go that route, or somebody else didn't go that route. It's going to be communication from a King of Pentacles, or they assessed a King of Pentacles. This could be you or someone else, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs. Oh, they're going to be arrested. It's illumination. It's truth. You overcame. If this is you, you overcame whatever they tried to do to you. Or you're going to get some news, or they're going to get some news. They're going to be arrested. They're out like a martyr now. You overcame. This is illumination. Seeing things from a different perspective. They can't slow you down. You're not waiting, or somebody's not waiting for something. This is somebody that's got good sense. This is someone successful, good money manager, male or female, hard worker, abundant, very, very generous, successful. This could be you or someone else. Take it for whatever that is. Yep. This is a big blow to their confidence. It's illumination. They wanted to leave you out in the cold, or they're going to be left out in the cold, going towards lack and loss and poverty. It's a big ding to somebody's confidence. They wanted to ding your confidence. I don't think so. You know who you are. You're authentic. You're not going to change for anybody unless it's for you, for good reason, right? But this is somebody on the outside looking in, dealing with opportunists. They're thinking about this money. This was a golden opportunity for somebody while you were in poverty. But you make it look good. I'm not saying stay there, but you know it didn't have the effect they wanted it to bring you down so low that they could just take you out, make it all believable. This was a blessing that the divine gave you, or somebody left you this blessing through the divine. Yeah, this is destined. This is fated. They're gold diggers and cloud chasers, opportunists. This is change as well. Yeah, this could be you or someone else, male or female. Whoever this is very astute, discerning, intelligent, wise, and intuitive, and they're not going to hold back the truth, speaking truth here, okay? Could be a professional. Could be in the law or medical or any other thing. But this person's seen it all, has gone through it all. They're not going to play games. It could be a speaker as well. Speaking truth, setting boundaries, and cutting them out. About this money. Speaking the truth about a family or money or corporation, long-term stability. It's also a 10 of Pentacles. That means ending of a cycle. It could also be your ancestors backing you up. It's been going on. Maybe more than one generation has experienced this. And it's about time it's going to end. You are a light in the dark. See that, what do you call it? Lighthouse? There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Many people are going through this. Or have gone through this. Maybe you're going to be a beacon. Okay? Or maybe you're shining so bright like a beacon, they can't ignore you. There we go. Yeah, they stole a home, a business. They wanted you unstable, homeless. They're going to face homelessness. If this is your family involved, they're not a very good family. Very unstable here. The party's over. There's no redemption. They got to give this home back to you. Or they have to go back to court or face these people in this institution. They're digging in their heels, though. They don't want to. They don't want to because it's you. The outside looks grand. The inside's a friggin' mess. They can't come back from this. Oh, boy. They want to come back and harm you. Or they did too much. They were lying, cheating, and or stealing. They're trying to strategize a way to escape the situation. Somebody could be harmed. They have to go back to court for a review, or this institution, whatever, to review this. This judge or leader could have been harmed or no longer here. My condolences. Now they want forgiveness to take those arrows out of your back they placed there. The end is, this is the end, okay? They need to recover something, recover the monies, the property. They did too much. Lying, cheating, and or stealing, okay? It's an ending of a cycle. They're trying to strategize a way to escape something. So now they're being cautious. They don't know which way to go. Good for them. Toxic is as toxic does. This is a collaboration, a contract, or a third-party situation. They're working together with other people. They lied about a third party, lied about a contract, lied about cooperating. Somebody could be cooperating. Now they want your help. You're a master at alchemy, maybe. You're happy, you're healthy. If they said you were unhealthy, they said you had addictions, you're sick, you're no longer here, whatever this is. Somebody's got to balance something out with you. They have to make this fair. You've waited long enough, you've been patient, or they've been given enough time to do this, and now they have to cough it up. Yeah, it's going to be law and order. You're being protected by the angels, or you could be an earth angel. You could be being protected by Archangel Michael. This could also be professional, male or female. This could be you. You've conquered these mountains, these hardships, okay? You have a higher perception. You know they were preying on you because hawks, eagles, falcons, they're all birds of prey. They prey on others, you know? This person or these people could have been higher up in life, in standing, in what they do for a living. You know, they have access to certain things. They thought they'd conquer you. They can't. This is somebody with authority stepping in, speaking some truths, making good sound judgments. Could be lawyers, could be police, could be anything, okay? They're blocking. They're being blocked. No new beginnings. They didn't take any action when they should have. Maybe you got some crooked lawyers and obviously judges or leaders. Yeah, you blocked. They could have lied. This could be a doctor. Somebody could have an STD, or they claimed you did. It was all lies. They didn't want you having new beginnings. They didn't take any action. They don't want you taking action against them now that the truth is coming out. The secrets are coming out. They were talking mad shit. They were giving unwise counsel, maybe magic. Maybe they claimed you had an STD and you were on your way out of this realm because you were a hoe bag. You know what I'm saying? Now the truth is coming out. Oh no. Somebody had no awareness. Didn't use their intuition. Could be a dark high priest or priestess as well involved. There you go. Talking mad shit about you. Maybe if this is you, they said, somebody's sad. They emotionally manipulate, they blackmail emotionally, they don't care who they hurt. Or they said you were a bad parent, a mother figure if you're female. They have hidden addictions, or this is what they said about you. This is somebody that's needy and greedy. Can't do anything for themselves, let alone, do the right things. They don't care who they hurt, like I said. They're very manipulative. They're not kind, nurturing, and sweet. No intuition whatsoever. Yep. Somebody had an internal disruption. Easily bought. Easily bought. It's a taker, not a giver. Not very pleasant to be around, I heard. Male or female. They're trying to avoid a tower here. Somebody could have had an internal disruption, meaning like a medical situation. It could have been a stroke, a heart attack, a thrombosis, aneurysm, anything like that coming out of the blue. Some sort of shock. And no, I'm not speaking it over anybody's life, okay? I don't wish any ill on anybody. You avoided. They're angry, I think. They're crying. They're sad you avoided all of whatever they tried to do, or they're trying to avoid something. They're in their emotions. Could be heart. We'll see. So you have a great deal of wisdom here. That's a huge pearl. Again, all aces are in the upright or gifts from the divine. Somebody could have had open heart surgery. I just heard that. Anyhow. This is self-love, new love, true love, happiness, new beginnings. You're very blessed, or you will be. You'll definitely feel it soon. You consciously know what was going on. You're co-creating with the divine. You have a direct connection with the divine. You're very loved by the divine. You have all the tools you need for success. You're going to be taking some action. They're upset because you're going to be taking some action. They're upset that your manifestations are coming in. Very focused. You're very focused. You have power. You have control here. Somebody's made a decision. There's conscious awareness. Somebody was juggling you or money. Maybe traveling around the world, going to the beaches. Yeah, look at me. Somebody's playing games, okay? But you're balanced and in alignment. You keep things steady. Yep. Somebody's making a head over heart decision. They got to balance something out with you. Communication's coming through to you. Truth and clarity. It's a breakthrough. You took a different approach, which is, whether it's, as long as it's legal and healthy, why not, right? You took the long way around. Eventually you knew you'd circle back and come back to this moment. Yeah, somebody's losing their position. They're getting demoted, terminated. They want to talk to you. Maybe they're going to get all gassed up. Oh boy, where'd that go? I don't use that language. It could be an older person. I mean, I'm not young, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody maybe gassed up. Where's that come from? The 60s, 50s? Anyway, somebody was smug, full of themselves, selfish, and out on a show off. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. Somebody took a huge fall here. This is a fall from grace. But somebody could be getting all liquid courage to talk to you. They have addictions, partying too much. Talking shit when they get inebriated. This is a lot of emotional, mental, verbal, and psychological abuse that you had to endure, or others have to endure around them when they're gassed up, let's say. But you healed your heart. You're not heartbroken over this. They wanted you to miss opportunities, I heard. This is a blessing in disguise for you, because you saw it clearly for what it was. You're not mentally disabled. Maybe that's what they said about you, but you're not mentally conflicted. You saw it for what it is. You're not in denial. You let go of it, or they want you to let go of it. I don't know, or they're going to get let go. Toxicity. Devil energy. Whoever this is very toxic. They try to bind you. You see it for what it is, or other people see it for what it is. Somebody's bound to a contract. They want to let go of this contract. They want you to let go. I don't know. Could be taxes too. Somebody wanted control over you. They're in their ego. Ooh, somebody's unfaithful. They intercepted your money or your mail and or whatever was supposed to come towards you. This is somebody that's unfaithful. They can't be trusted at all. Maybe that's what they said about you. Somebody's losing their job or their position within a group or family. Hereditary. Okay. It could be an heir that's lost their position. Somebody's immature, insincere, very, very irresponsible, and lazy. Oh boy, they're jealous. They ran out of money. They can't pay up. They're jealous. They're angry. They're pissed. They could be promiscuous, or this is what they said about you. They're a bully. They're a very, very abusive. They want power and control, but they can't control themselves. Obviously not very independent, not very creative. They destroy. They don't create. Lazy, lazy, lazy. There's a lot, yeah. They kept doing something over and over again. They didn't want something to end. They didn't want to learn a lesson, meaning the lessons that they were supposed to learn did not integrate. They're angry and pissed off here. They don't want to move her. This is a clapback, universal clapback. Their life is upside down, unfinished business. They have to return alone. So somebody dropped out. They have to do this alone. There's lack of trust. They don't see eye to eye. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. So somebody was in cahoots with whomever was at the top here and or working side by side. They're getting dropped. They're alone. They have to answer for this alone. Damn. They were willing to do whatever it takes. Win at any cost, right? To put this behind them. 5-5. Everybody that worked with them, sided with them, got involved, they're taking on losses. This person looks like they're very, very shameful. They're ashamed of what they've done. Okay? They created a mess. You see all these birds, these seagulls? They only gather like this in abundance when there's trash on the beach. Garbage, food, right? They wanted to feed. These people are bottom feeders. But whatever they threw your way or sent your way went back to them. If it's spell work, if it's bullshit, lies, whatever. It's all right back where it started. They're going through a dark night of the soul. If they tried to do any depression spells or anything like that, it's right back where they are. Yeah, they were doing some sort of spell work. This is a scam. Knight of Cups. Wearing a mask, insincere. No promises. They don't follow through with their promises. They didn't support you, or they're not being supported here. They were playing games. Thought they could checkmate you, but they got checkmated. It could be spell work. It could be casual hookups, where they claimed you had casual hookups all over the place. It could be a love bomber as well. They can't follow through with their promises. So they were doing all kinds of promises to these people if they came through for them, right? You know what I'm saying? They didn't show you any love or support ever, okay? Oh, this is a crime. This was abuse. They were careless and endangered other people because they were in their ego. They wanted power and control. They didn't realize, though, how strong and courageous you were and resilient. I think you might be the person speaking their truth somehow, some way, and you're being seen, or people have heard what you've said. It's getting across to some people that in the know, that are important. We're all important, but that are in a position of authority. And you're closing people's mouths here, because usually that lion's mouth is open, it's bellowing, right? Roaring. You soothe the beast within. You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. You're strong. You could be a business owner, or they are. But you get your downloads right from source. See the birds here? That is so funny. 3 birds. I was out earlier today, and 3 birds were right next to me. And it looked like they were talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about that Bob Marley song, Don't Worry. That's that song. How's it go? I can't even think of it right now. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. You're chaste, you're celibate, minding your own business, you're getting ready to harvest. Sunflowers, to me anyways, represents happiness, stability, stable and secure. If there's more, if you're one of many heirs, maybe you're going to be the only heir at the end of the day. It's your own family coming up after you. Yep. Someone's seeing the forest through the trees. All that glitters is not gold. They can't produce. They can't. They can't tempt you. That's for sure. They can't bribe you. Somebody's on their own. They can't bribe this new judge, leader, or whoever, authority figure. All that glitters is not gold. Running out of options. This was all illusions. They didn't want you having any options. Didn't think you had any options. Oh, they have no options here. They can't move. They can't move on. Okay, they can't escape this. They're in trouble. They're in hot water. They're in their emotions. Maybe drinking. Male or female. They were malicious, ruthless, and careless. They were foolish. Okay, emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. I heard go blow it out your ear. Somebody's older. I'm telling you. The truth is out. They can't hide this anymore. They got to face their shadow and their fears. There's no more confusion. Light's being shone on this. They were reckless, careless, and foolish. They took unnecessary risks. They didn't want you moving forward in life. They're afraid to take a risk now. This was corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Could be a crooked father, boss or leader, but nah. Whoever this is had no authority or got their authority stripped from them. They abused it. They wanted power and control because they were in their ego, male or female. They distorted everything about you. Gave their power away. This is in the past, or this is happening right now. This is your family. They're reminiscing. You've healed your inner childhood wounds. You're finally getting your flowers. People see you're innocent. This person's sneaky. See, this person's trying to steal her necklace. There's an investigation that's happening right now. Damn. People see that you're stable and secure, male or female. You know your value and your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're very creative. You're a healer, a nurturer. You're hardworking, abundant, and very independent. You make it look easy, even though it's not. You're on your own, but you went within when you were on your own, okay? This could be children, siblings, cousins, or a past life soulmate that got involved, or all the above, okay? Now they're regretting. I'm really picking up regrets. You have a direct connection with Source. You used your higher wisdom. Even though you're by yourself and these people came after you, you still came out on top, okay? And now they bit off more than they can chew. They lost their authority. It could be a warlock as well, or a poser or a player. It could be somebody trying to pose as you as well. They're angry, okay? They're paranoid. They're defensive. They're being blocked. They're trying to block something. You overcame, persevered. You put up some boundaries. Congratulations. You're at ease. You're at ease. You've fought many battles in your life. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's one more if it means to win the war? You know what I'm saying? You ground yourself all the time. That's cool. Yeah, you peeped their game. You saw through the illusion and you parted ways here. Other people are trying to distance themselves, detach from this. This is a non-binding contract. You're not toxic. You're not karmic. You made the right choice, okay? Maybe somebody's trying to distance themselves, detach from this contract, this decision, or third party. But you used your higher wisdom, and you've elevated and ascended. And you persevered. For sure, you overcame. Okay? So somebody's making a decision. You're still moving forward. You're leaving these people behind. You rested. You healed. You're at peace. You're in control here. You're moving forward. This is radical acceptance. Somebody needs to put something to rest with you to bring back balance to a situation. They need to take accountability. They're feeling overwhelmed, defeated. They were trying to block you. They're praying, strategizing, trying to think of ways to block you, but they made up some false allegations and accusations about you that were unfounded. They could have been attacking you verbally, physically, spiritually, or maybe they feel attacked now. Maybe they're healing from an attack. The authorities could be coming through as well. They need to put something to rest. They're losing their job. Something didn't work. They may be trying to make you lose your job. Somebody's being demoted or lost their position. Somebody's lazy. This is not their work. They're losing work. Whatever they did didn't work. They have no discipline. No success. They want to just block you. Maybe you're working. Maybe you're speaking your truth online. And you're speaking your truth. And people are hearing you. They're watching you. Somebody's watching you and stalking you. Maybe you're online. Somebody's learning something. This is delayed communication from afar, and they were trying to block you. If you work online, they're trying to block you. It didn't work though. They made allegations online. Ooh, that's libel, darling. You're gonna pay. Okay. There's an investigation. Surveillance. This could be illegal surveillance. Somebody's gonna lose their job. It is what it is. So it's all working out perfectly for you. They wanted to be hailed as perfect, maybe. This could be a nurse. Kind of, she's wearing a nurse's uniform. Bohemian. Maybe they don't like your lifestyle, how you live your life. Well, that's not them to judge, okay? They're not judge, jury, or executioner, but they did try to play it, didn't they? They're going through a lot of tension, stressed out, migraines, and worry. Or maybe they were trying to make you stress out. They're feeling salty now. Oh boy. Oh, why is it backfiring onto me? Well, because that's what you're the point of origin, okay? They're feeling salty, bitter, angry, and petty. They're very petty. They did something too quickly, or somebody had a car accident. If it's the same story. It could be a Pisces that had a car accident. Or they will. I don't know. I'm not speaking it over their life at all, okay? It could have happened in Pisces season. You could be a Pisces, they could be. Something smells fishy, though, okay? So caution. Somebody, could have had a car accident. Somebody was very toxic here. They could be on the run as well, or they might be coming towards you, or somebody's got to stay in their own lane. Maybe you're staying in your own lane because these people are toxic. Take it for whatever it is. Or maybe they were polluted, inebriated behind the wheel. Who knows? Okay, it could go different ways for different people. Of course, only take what applies, please. I just heard it's wrapping up. Okay. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? What's a parting message for the collective? Chess Queen. Oh, boy. Trust and strategizing. They were strategizing against you. King or queen, by the way. But they didn't know that you knew how to play chess. And very proficient at it as well. One step at a time. 30. This is a divine feminine energy, male or female. You're creative, down to earth, very loving. This is unconditional love. A mother figure doesn't have to be. Could be a pregnancy. It doesn't have to be. It could be a divine feminine, like I said. Eagle King in reverse. They can't sacrifice you. Somebody's going to be arrested. 12 is the Hangman in reverse. This is illumination. You overcame. Congratulations. Letting go. I just surrendered it to God, or they're going to have to surrender. The legal king. Ooh, so legal. There's legalities here. So the legal king could be lawyer, judge, somebody. The big picture. Somebody didn't think anybody would see the big picture. Okay. They can't rely on angelic help here because, well, the angels are protecting you. Sacred union, partnership and romance, 27. Could be somebody you were in a romantic relationship with, or this is going to lead to a sacred union. Whether it's romance or not doesn't have to be. It's a partnership of some sort. Or these are partners, legal eagle partners that were romantic with one another. Maybe they were cheating on their spouses, I don't know. Or somebody in the equation was. 27 as a 9. There's an investigation. I'm really picking up that. Now, if this is a higher level soulmate, it could be a love partner. It could be a partner in, I just heard partner in crime. It could be a partner in business. It could be a family member. It could be anybody. You were alone. Or maybe you're choosing to be alone. Spiral dancer, circuitous route and perception. I told you took the long way around. Higher purpose. It's a higher power. Maybe the divine directed you to go the long way around. This is something to do with an institution, legalities, a contract, a marriage, or commitment. You're still going to get where you need to go. It was a circuitous route, but you were elevating during this wait. It might have felt like a long time, and probably was. I know for me it's a long time, but you're elevating, you're ascending, even though you're going round and round circles. It might feel like that, but you're going up as you're circling, right? Perception. You have to change your perception. You see things at a higher level. So the higher you go, the more you see. Spirit whisper. We got this yesterday, the day before. This could be a doppelganger or power of attorney or power and control. They try to devalue you and disempower you. Divine guidance. They weren't guided by the divine. If they claim they are, they're not. Higher knowing. They don't know any better. It was all self-serving. This is just somebody tried to impersonate you in a court of law or on papers. It could go different ways. I'm sorry. It's just all over the place right now. Oh, is this... Okay, I just heard black moon. Is this what that is? Is a black moon or something like that? Maybe that's why. So chess queens, trust and strategizing. The chess queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. When she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking Spirit for a vision of your life. So ask Spirit for that, okay? Ask also to know the right actions to ensure your part in the process of unfolding. Then with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. So allow things to happen. It's the law of allowance. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? So you need to be in alignment. This is a reminder that there is your plan, and then there is the divine plan for your life. And it's always much better than what we planned. Trust and believe when I say that. When you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action for your life. The chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let Spirit choose your moves. So maybe you're not used to that. I don't know. Get used to it though, okay? Because they won't lead you astray. Good Spirit, from the white light, okay? If there's anybody if you hear any voices saying you're this, that, the other thing negatively, it's not from the light. Rebuke it right away. Don't listen to what they say. Follow your bliss and the inspired messages delivered by your soul. You cannot lose when you enter the realm of the chess queen and she appears as your ally. They're helping you along, okay? 12, the Eagle King in reverse is the challenger. The Eagle King challenges you to see a higher purpose to events. Not everything is meant to come to pass according to your specifications. So maybe you're set on a certain, this ending up the way you want it. But you have to allow it to work its way through. They have much better plans for us, okay? Again, it's in keeping. If you can't see the forest for the trees, I said that earlier, stand back for a while and let the Eagle King fly high on your behalf. Perhaps it's time to speak to someone who has objectivity and an ability to see the bigger picture where you don't. Just remember that even when things don't go the way you expect, there's always a reason for the detour. You took the long way around. So they had you detour for a very good reason, okay? Maybe you'll know in this lifetime what the reason is. Maybe you won't. I don't know. So the sacred union, partnership and romance. The sacred union is all about beautiful, true partnership. It shows you that Spirit is listening and is always by your side. So this King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, either they're together or they will be together, working and or romance and or it could be family, it could be anything. But I really do think you have the option here. It shows you that Spirit is listening and is always by your side, helping you co-create your greatest desires and manifest your destiny. When you receive this ally, know that you're never alone on your path. Partnership with the divine is yours whenever you need help. The sacred union also represents the coming together of all kinds of harmonious alliances, friendship, family, business, and of course romance. That's what I just said. So no matter what the form, this message pertains to the value of partnership and reminds you to observe the gifts bestowed upon you by this sacred union. This is a very positive omen. Okay, so for that person in the comment section yesterday saying, why is it always about them? It's not so much about us. Well, because some people need to be made aware. I can't direct the topic of discussion. This is Spirit, okay? So I'm sorry if you're not happy with, the outcome. You're free to go elsewhere, and get the sugar-coated reading that you're looking for. But I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, okay? I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to force my interpretation in it. It is whatever it is. I'm sorry if you're not happy. I do hope you stick around, but if you don't, then, no harm, no foul. How is this going to end for the collective, please, Spirit? Consolation. You will be, somebody wants consolation from you, or you will, this is a consolation, okay? Money's coming towards you. It's been a long journey, whether it's physical or you went traveling or somebody's traveling. They took this money and traveled. been a long journey. Spiritual journey, that's for sure. They're going to prison. So, it's a long journey. And they're going to wind up in prison. So somebody took this money and they traveled all over the place. I can't say that, Spirit. Now, a prison could be in your mind. It could be an actual prison. You're in service to the divine, but somebody's going to have what Spirit said. They're going to wind up servicing others in prison. There we go. They're in prison. Something could have happened in 2003. Something to do with $1,000, $75,000 here, $1,000 there. So somebody was paying other people, maybe getting blackmailed. I don't know. Love, self-love, new love, true love. This is Cupid's arrows here. There's a conversation. A younger woman, you or them. Somebody was a foe. They're feeling melancholy now. They could have a child, or somebody's getting ready to birth something new, or this could be one of your children. Or they have a wife and child because the wife was beneath that. They wanted to be a wife and child. I don't know. There's a reunion. Okay. Or they want to reunite with you. Someone's a soldier, maybe. A warrior of God, if not. Or disregard it. You don't have to take every card as your own, okay? Just take it for whatever it is. You're very faithful. You're being with your gifts, or somebody wanted your gifts, or you're being gifted. Yeah, they said, yeah, look at this. So somebody was using what gifts were yours to entertain these people. Pleasure seekers. There you go. Could be somebody's wife behind this. Yeah, they're a thief. There we go. They're going to jail. They stole from a sweetheart, male or female. Could be a false wedding, or somebody you were married to as well. It's also your enemy. So somebody you had a relationship with or a marriage with is also your enemy. They were doing business with other people. Their ship has sailed here, okay? They were traveling all right. It's a big surprise. They could be trolling you, or they got ensnared in this net here. 6,000 here again. They could be getting blackmailed. They could be trolling you online. Somebody they were doing business with is trolling you, or they're being trolled. Maybe they got rid of their online presence, if they have any profiles, accounts anywhere, because they're being trolled. They're being asked for, maybe they have to pay up $6,000 or something. Somebody's learning something. Somebody's a scholar. They think they're a scholar and a gentleman. Oh, I just heard that. It could be a male or female, but somebody's learning something, or you're very, very educated. Lover. There's a letter. You're going to receive a letter. There's a message of some sort. I just heard somebody's going to be learning their lessons about love, or about lovers. Joyfulness. It's a fortune coming towards you. Congratulations. Or that's what they thought. And now it's misfortune. What did I tell you about setting fire to property here? It could be a fire. But this is all misfortune. They wanted you to have misfortune in your life, but it's all where they are. Again, it could be this judge, leader, whatever. This person, the CEO, this head of whatever organization this is. Them and their lover. Somebody's finding out that somebody had a lover. It's all misfortune. They're alone in a room. They're sick or injured. They need a doctor. They went to go see a witch doctor. They need their head examined, that's for sure. Maybe you're going through, maybe you're going for your physical exam. You're going to get some good news. They wanted you sick. Pardon me. Okay, last one. Where are we going with this? Come back here. Constancy. Somebody's under doctor's care. Maybe they said you were under a constant doctor's care. Or this could be a witch doctor. They were doing it consistently. A friend. They wanted you to be a widower, or they are a widower. They wanted this house. So a friend of this widower stole this house. Somebody was a false, or this, they could have claimed that they were married to you and you're no longer here. And you never married this person, whether you were or not. Maybe you were in a relationship. I don't know. But it was all false. Now they're in despair. They're in their thoughts. They didn't think. Okay? They're getting yeah. They're facing that. Or somebody is facing that. It could be somebody in their family that's in the military. There's hope. There's sorrow. I hope you feel sorry for them. Yeah. Frivolity. Somebody's transitioning. It could be a lord, which is in this deck. It's the main male, I think. Or older gentleman. Their cheerfulness. They wanted to celebrate your demise here. Somebody needs a priest, or they wanted to be this spiritual guru, a religious person. There's a message coming about a wife, or from a wife, or you are their wife, or that you are a wife. I don't know, or you have one. An older woman, a more mature woman. Somebody's not happy. Again, missing the boat. You could be far away from somebody you really care about. They're at a distance. Somebody's really haughty, showing off, peacocking for the world. They want all eyes on them. Somebody's waiting here to get served. I see what that's. They're waiting to get served. They know they're going to be called to go back to court. Congratulations. This is over. This is the end of this. Okay? They thought the end would look differently. I just heard for them. They didn't think it was going to be this soon. Well, you know, you do people wrong. You live a life like this in secrets and hate. Obviously, there's a great deal of hate here. You know, hate causes disease. Anger causes disease. That's why, you know, it's just not silly words when we say let go of the past. Let go of the hate. Let go of the fear, all the lower-based emotions. That'll make you sick at the end of the day. Hate and anger, let go of the anger. Forgiveness is not for whomever did you wrong. Forgiveness is for you to let it go so they don't have power over you in the future. So you don't bring them into your future. Do you understand? Emotionally speaking, they really wanted you sick. They tried to make you sick so they can get their hands, so then they can reality fit the false narrative. That's what I'm picking up. I'm sorry, it was all over the place. This is not usual for me. Stop playing in my energy, assholes. It's a wicked clapback, okay, when you play in mine. So ask the ones who have in the past and found out. Anyhow, I love you guys. Hope you like the read. Until next time, take care.